Good morning, everybody. This is Laura with Busy Bee Farms, and I was just going to bring y'all out this morning to look at our garden. I don't think we have done a garden tour or anything with you guys since we've planted, but we've been busy planting and sowing seeds and things like that around here, and getting these tomatoes trellised up against the cattle panels, and they are doing really good. You see right here, we already have a bloom on this one, and that kind of is the theme for most of these tomatoes. We have lots of little little pods that are about to become flowers and will bloom. And so I know we kind of talked about the plan for the garden, and now we actually can see it. We have 5 rows of tomatoes, and each row has different variety. This first row is Jet Star. We've grown those before, and they do really well. And then the next row is Jet Setter, which are, it's a different hybrid from the Jet Star, and so we were going to just try those and see how that goes. And then the next row is Amish Paste tomatoes, and then we have Celebrity tomatoes. That is what is next here. And then our last row, we have a mixture of different varieties that we're trying. Like this last part right here is a Sunny Goliath. We have some pink beefsteak, and we have 2 different types of cherry tomatoes, and a free trial packet. It was Horizon. So we got those. And then actually, I tell you, in one of these rows, I can't remember, it's staked. Oh, it's this next row up. It has red Goliath tomatoes in it. And so they are just doing so good. Look at these stems. And yesterday I came out and I made sure everything was staked up and cutting off a lot of the bottom leaves so they can just stay healthy and things like that, and the airflow, and that is our...
Guys, pay attention to what's not here. Weeds are not here, and this woven ground cover is our answer to that, because we don't have, you know, we both work, so we don't have time to come out here and spend all day every day battling the weeds. And when we go down and look at the back garden here in a moment,
yeah,
you will very quickly see the difference, because the potato plants, even though I keep going down through there with the cultivator, the potato plants, the weeds are taller than the plants. And I can't emphasize how important the woven ground cover is.
It is
for you guys
amazing
to invest your money into it, because you can see there's no way that we would be able to have a weed-free garden without this ground cover.
Yeah.
And the next best thing I would say are these cattle panels, because they are stout enough.
They are.
They stand up that Laura can come down here by herself, and her and her little buddy, and stake these up.
Yep.
The little boy that she takes care of.
Yep. And it just, like I told you, I love how pretty it is, and it's just getting greener and prettier every day. And so the tomatoes, like I said, are doing really good, and we're getting lots of little pods getting ready to bloom. And then we got all of our peppers in the ground, and they seem to be doing really good. I have a few that have some flowers on them getting ready to grow fruit. But just to kind of let you see, here are our Poblano Peppers. We have 3 of those. And then we have some Serrano peppers. There's a few of those not looking so good, but we'll see. Like I told y'all, I want to kind of trellis some of these up just a little bit to give them some support and see if that doesn't help. I've also kind of been hearing some folks talk about doing a little bit of topping to their peppers when they're a little bit younger than kind of where mine are, and I've not actually, I did do that to a couple of my plants, so we're gonna see if that makes them bushier or not to grow better fruit. But for now I have not. I just continue with what I'm doing. But all these peppers are getting ready to set some fruit and flower. These are orange spice jalapenos. And then up here are my Craig's Grande jalapenos. Let's see, here's one. And it's getting ready to flower right there to start setting fruit. And I mean, truly, I feel like my peppers are a good height, and they're doing really well. They'll take off now that they've been in the ground for over a week. We also have, this is a mixed row of peppers. There's only one poblano in here, and some ancho chilies and cayennes are at the last row there. And so that's what we have in that pepper row. There was one other that I think, oh, we need to go up here and show you. These are the King Arthur bell peppers, and they actually are looking pretty good at the top. And I thought there was one down this way that had a bloom on it. I think it was this one. And the flower is gone, so it must be getting ready to set its fruit. And here's another one right beside it. And so uh-oh, well, that fell off. I guess it won't have that then, will it? But usually it takes a lot longer for us to start seeing any kind of flower or fruit or anything on our peppers. So maybe we'll have some good peppers this year. We'll see. And then this row is Big Bertha and Sweetie mix. They're just mini bell peppers for snacking. And so this is that row right there. And then up here I have some jalapenos down this row. And then okay, I'm coming. So just real fast as we're heading towards the back garden, there's the cucumbers that are just about ready to get on the trellis. Here are all of our green beans, and they are getting ready to set some pods. And then all of this over here is our butternut squash. And over here, let's see, right there, that looks like one right there getting ready to begin. The only thing that I was kind of upset about was I was already starting to see some squash bug eggs on the backs of my leaves there. So we'll just have to keep watching that and see. There's not really much you can do, but just kind of scrape those eggs off as far as I know. Will the organicide not work? I don't think so. So that's kind of our garden at the moment. I'm just really excited about our tomatoes and how they are looking this year. And hopefully this year we will have a better harvest of those. Good morning, girls. And these chickens absolutely love that we are down here every day. We come every day just to walk through the garden and see what's new and what's growing and what's going on. And they get all the weeds or anything that clippings, and they absolutely love it. So we are enjoying this time and definitely able to spend more time in the garden this year. My helper that's with me every day, he likes to come down and help me so much. And then he also just plays. He likes to climb the cattle panels, and he likes to ride his car, and he loves to plant seeds. So we have a good time. The back garden gets a little hot, so we go down there in the mornings And then he kind of stays in the shade if I go back there to do any kind of weeding. But in the back garden, we have our corn that's coming up, and we still have our onions, which I'm afraid are not going to really do very well this year, but maybe. They just still look kind of small. But our potatoes, they're still growing. Some of them I've noticed in our very first row have started to die back. And they kind of look like a dead plant, so they're probably done. Our squash has come up. We have a few okra and a few melons. We did reseed those things just a few days ago, so we'll hopefully this next week we'll start seeing some growth there. We kind of went through a phase where we didn't have a whole lot of rain at all, and then we had several days of rain, and so we just had our rain, and now we're getting ready to have a big dry hot spell. So trying to get a lot of things done before it gets super hot. But here is the back garden, and as David was talking about the weeds, it's a mess, but they're there.
If I can find some time here at the house, I'm gonna try to run the cultivator through there again.
I mean, the potatoes are flowering, and I mean, they still look like healthy plants. Like they're doing okay. And here's the ground cover that we did. This first row, if you see down towards the end, that's all of our squash and zucchini. And this first row, I sowed, I think, 8 or 9 okra, and about 4 came up. So I replanted those this week. And then I planted, I can't remember, probably 4 or 5 watermelon plants, and there are 3 that have come up, and we just planted a couple more. This next row we're going to save for pumpkins, and I actually went ahead and started those seeds. I don't know if that's a good idea or not, but I'm going to start them because we had such a hard time with germination last year that we're just going to try to start those seeds inside, and we did that this week because we're going to plant them in July and hopefully have them for October. And then here is our corn. And this first 4 rows, I believe, right here to where this stick is the new variety that we heard about that we are going to try, and it's called Montauk sweet corn. And yesterday I came out and started going down this row, and this row, because if you see all the way down there, there's starting to grass to come back, and that is going to take off if we don't try to get that weeded. So I went down these rows, and it took about an hour for me to do that. I don't have a lot of upper body strength, and so I tire out easily, and I have to just kind of take it slowly. But there's these 3 rows I need to really get to, because as you can see, it's growing up. And then these next, let's see, that would be 9, because there's 13 rows. 9 rows of the Providence corn that we've grown in the past, and we've had really good germination. We have a lot of, I've got to go through and thin some of this because it looks like the seeder put out probably about 3 or 4 seeds in one spot, and so when all those germinate, you've got 3 in one spot, and you should just have 1. So when I did the first 3 rows on the other side over here, I weeded thinned the corn so that it would not be so thick. And so that's kind of where the back garden is. And
our pear tree this year had the first fruit.
It had 2 little pears on there, and as of right now, it still has 1. The other little pear fell off, and we found it, but of course, it didn't get very big at all. So just 1 little pear there, but still, it produced something. So maybe next year, we'll have even more fruit from it.
Our peach tree was loaded down.
Yeah.
The windstorm came through and knocked off about 3/4 of them.
Yep.
But what we have left,
some of them are okay,
is, growing.
But it looks like about half of them are rotten on the bottom. You see that?
God knows exactly what this little tree can handle, and
Maybe
it
so.
is
Yep.
dropping the fruit that it cannot produce.
Handle, because like these right here look good. These right here look good, but those.
And our muscadine vine over there is just exploding.
Yes. Yes, it has. So we're gonna go down here to do Max's eyes.
So a quick update on the drinking post. I found the goat water paddle. Where was that beehive at, Laura?
Oh, the wasp is going in right in there.
Oh, okay. So they're in the gate.
Yeah, it's actually in the gate. There's like a tiny, tiny hole there. And
okay.
I noticed.
Laura found a wasp nest inside the gate, which is wonderful because that's right there where I grabbed hold of it. They got that hole so that water can come out of the tubes, and apparently the bees found it, and wasp, that is. Anyways, getting back on track, I found that the drinking post, I had ordered the ultimate goat water, and it comes with this big paddle because goats like to headbutt. So this is for them to headbutt it to push it. Come here, Max dog. Get you a drink of water. Here you go. So Laura refuses to take the other water buckets out, so the goats are not interested in it yet, but we're working on it. Anyways, we're gonna take care of Max's eyes. We appreciate you coming and sticking with us.
And sorry that was a quick garden tour. Hopefully we'll do a little bit longer one later, but we do have to go to work today actually. So
we've got a cut cable that we have to go and dig up so they can repair it and get folks back with phone service and internet. So anyways, we appreciate y'all sticking with us. I know we don't put out a whole lot of content. We're just not here to make a whole lot, but we appreciate the ones that are sticking around and helping us to grow this, and hopefully we're gonna be able to do better on trying to make y'all's videos. Just kind of keeping you in touch with what we got going on and what we're doing, and what we use to try to utilize the little bit of time that we have to be able to garden and take care of our animals and everything. But thank you so much for sticking with us. Take care and God bless.